Make a little fat bomb. I love chocolate and peanut butter. I love Reese cups. I don't buy them anymore. I don't eat them anymore, but this is a sort of Reese cup. This is a peanut butter cup bomb that I make. I use Lily's chocolate. This is the semi-sweet. My husband likes the milk chocolate. I like a little bit of a darker chocolate, but this is what I'm going to be using today. This is sugar-free chocolate. It is made with stevia. It does have some carbs in it. It is expensive, but if you want something sweet in your diet, these really help. I will eat one of these after dinner sometimes with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. They're really yummy and they actually have some fat in it, so they help fill you up. So there is also a brand of chocolate chips at Sam's Club. Now these Lilies here I paid $5.99 for. It is a 9-ounce bag, okay? I bought those at a local grocery store. This one here is a much bigger bag. It is 32 ounces. And this bag was $10.96 from Sam's Club. It is made with stevia as well. I haven't tried these yet. I do know that the Lily's chocolate chips taste great. I have yet to try these. I'm not going to try these today because I already had some Lily's opened and I'm going to go ahead and use those. I just wanted to let you know that if you have a membership at Sam's Club or Costco may have something like this as well, check the ingredients. You want to make sure that you are getting good ingredients. Try to get the chocolate chips that are sweetened with stevia because that is a better sweetener. So I just wanted to give you that option there. And I use a little bit of coconut oil in my recipe. I melt it down with my chocolate chips. I'll show you here. I have the chocolate chips here and I have just a little bit of coconut oil, which is a really good healthy fat for you to eat when you're eating low carb. I like the organic, unrefined, virgin coconut oil. And this I got from Sam's Club as well. You can get coconut oil pretty much anywhere nowadays. So that's what I use to put into the chocolate. I melt it in the microwave for just a couple of minutes and the coconut oil just helps the texture of the chocolates. And the peanut butter that I like to use to fill the chocolates is just dry roasted peanuts that are ground. We have a place up north. It's our little getaway. We go about once a month. And when we go up there, I always stop at this little Amish store that is not far from us. And they have fresh ground peanut butter. Now this peanut butter, they make it right there on the table. They have a grinding machine and they make it right in front of you. And they just dump in literally all they dump in is dry roasted peanuts and it comes out into this yummy peanut butter here. And they have a honey roasted as well. I don't buy that one because it's added sugar. They also have almond butter that they sell too that's just almonds, and I think they have some kind of oil in that one. But this peanut butter I like to buy because it's just peanuts. And I use only a small amount of this in my recipe. It's only about a teaspoon. So you will see that when I make them. I don't think it's bad to have a little teaspoon of peanut butter if you're doing a low carb diet. If you are buying peanut butter from the store, try to buy the purest peanut butter that you can find. You don't want to use anything with bad oils in it or high sugar. So try to find the purest peanut butter that you can find. So now all the chattiness aside, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I make these little peanut butter bombs. I start out with muffin trays, and these right here, this holds 12. This recipe that I'm using today makes 24 fat bombs. And so this holds 12. I have 2 of them. These are little silicone cups that I got off of Amazon. I can link them below if you're interested in them. But if you don't like washing things out and you want to buy paper, paper's fine. I have a tray of those as well. So I have those all set to go. You want to have those all ready to go right away because once the chocolate melts, you want to get it into the muffin cups as quickly as you can so that it won't harden before you get them in there. I have in this bowl, I have 4 cups of the chocolate chips. Now this recipe makes 24 bombs. I use 2 of these bags. 2 of these bags here makes 24 bombs. So if you only want to make 12 bombs, you only are going to need 1 bag of the 9-ounce of the Lily's chocolate, which is 2 cups. So just cut the recipe in half. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to melt this chocolate in the microwave with my coconut oil, and that only takes a couple of minutes. What I like to do, turn my back on you here, But what I like to do is I like to put it in there for 45 seconds. I have a high power microwave. It might be different for different microwaves, the time. But I like to put it in there for about 45 seconds, and then I take it out and I give it a little stir, and then I put it back in if it needs more time. You don't want to burn your chocolate, so you have to keep an eye on it and stir it. Sometimes when you bring it out of the microwave, it'll have some little lumps in it. And if you stir it into the melted chocolate, they go ahead and they melt. And so I don't use a thermometer to temper the chocolate or anything like that. So I just put it in for 45 seconds. Get my peanut butter ready here. And as you can see, the chocolate has already started to melt. So I'm going to give it a little stir. Most of the chocolate that is on the bottom is melted. So you want to make sure that you give it a little stir. Back in for, okay, the chocolate is melting. All right, so I'm going to show you here. I'm going to change the camera angle in a minute when I fill the cups, but I wanted to just show you. This is the chocolate. There's still some lumpy chips in there, but the more you stir it, the chips are going to melt. So you don't have to put it back in. So that took me 2 times of 45 seconds. So a minute and a half melted all of that chocolate. You don't need a lot of time to melt the Lily's chocolate. It melts down really nice. I'm going to turn this camera off and I'm going to reposition another camera and show you a downward view of me filling the cups. And so I'll be right back. Okay, so I hope this angle is okay. I'm used to doing videos in my office and in my basement where I run my clothing business, and this is a different setup for me. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. I have my fresh peanut butter and I have my Lily's chocolate. It's melted. It's a really nice consistency. So down in the description, I'm going to put the nutrition facts. Every time I make these, I use the exact same measurements so that I know how many carbs, how many fat, all of the grams that I'm using. So I will note those all in the bottom, and that is on how much measurements I use on this. If you use a little more or you use a little less, that's going to change those nutrition facts. So just wanted you to know that. So I start with, I don't spray the pan or anything like that. I start with a tablespoon of chocolate and I just put it into the bottom of each one. I will tell you that you're going to need some space in your refrigerator to put these trays because they're going to go into the refrigerator to harden. I store them in the refrigerator also, but I take them out of the trays. You can pop them out of the liners and put them in a Ziploc baggie or in a jar. Or you can just leave them in the liners and stack them up and put them inside of a container or whatever you want to do. I tend to pop them out of these and put them in a bag. If I use the paper liners, I will stack those on top of each other and keep them in the paper and then just put them in a container. So I like to have these clean in case I need them for something else. So now we're going to go to the peanut butter. I use a 1 teaspoon measure for the peanut butter. I don't want to get too much of the peanut butter because nuts do have a lot of calories, so I don't do more than a teaspoon in each one. And once I put it into the chocolate, I just kind of spread it a little bit, and I'm going to do this for the rest of them. You don't want it to go all the way to the edge when you spread the peanut butter because you're going to pour chocolate on top of these and you want it to seal around the peanut butter. So these are really good if you are used to having a little dessert after dinner. They're really good to have with a cup of coffee, or if you don't drink coffee at night, a cup of tea. There's so much fat in them that one really does satisfy you after dinner. I don't feel like you need more than one. if you eat more than one, you need to make sure that you are calculating that into your carb count for the day. So there's my 12, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the chocolate on top of the peanut butter and just kind of smear it around. Actually, you can get away with a little less than a tablespoon of chocolate for the top if you want to do less chocolate. These do come out pretty thick, so if you want to try to cut them a little bit as far as the carb count and the fat count in that, you can use only a teaspoon of chocolate probably, or a teaspoon and a half on the bottom and on the top. It's up to you. I just want to show you my method, and this is what I use. And in a minute, I'm going to put these into the refrigerator, and I'm going to pull out one that I already have made and show you what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to change the camera angle and show you my finished product. Okay, it was time for me to make some fat bombs today because I only have 2 left in the package that I have stored in the fridge. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one out and show you what it looks like. This is my little fat bomb right here. And if you want it thinner, just use a little less chocolate. If you want it thicker, use a little more chocolate. It's up to you. Just know that the nutrition facts down in the description is for this amount. I am still fasting right now. I haven't broke my fast this morning yet. I have about an hour left to go, so I'm gonna stretch it out. I'm not gonna try this, even though I'm so tempted to. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into it, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the middle. Now, again, I keep these stored in the refrigerator. I feel like they would melt and get too soft if you didn't leave them in the refrigerator. So I just cut this in half, and that is how it looks inside, and looks so yummy. If you want to use a little less peanut butter, you can cut back on the peanut butter as well, and it won't be as thick. So it's all up to you. So that is my recipe for my chocolate peanut butter fat bombs. I hope you liked this video. It was a little chatty in the beginning, but I wanted to share a little bit about us and why we are doing what we're doing and how it has helped us. And I want to share that because I am just amazed at how great I feel. So if you like this type of content, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and you can share it with your friends and all that good stuff. So be on the lookout for some upcoming low carb recipes, and I'll share some tips on what we do to help us on this wellness journey. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.